Close your eyes for a second. You're at the top of your career. Money is coming in. The whole country knows your name. But every single month, money disappears. Not because of a bad investment. Not because you're spending too much. But because you gave it away, willingly. And you were completely convinced it was the best decision you'd ever made. This is the story of Bethany Joy Lenz. And honestly, it could be the story of any one of us. By the end of this video, you'll understand something no business school ever teaches. Why smart, successful people are actually the easiest ones to lose everything. Not because they're naive, but precisely because they're too smart to question something that looks right. Stay with me, because this one goes deep. 2003. Bethany Joy Lenz, 22 years old, just walked onto the set of One Tree Hill. She was playing Haley James Scott, the smart girl, the kind girl, one of the most beloved characters in American TV history. From a total unknown to a household name, overnight. 9 seasons. Millions of fans. The kind of paycheck most people only dream about. She was living the dream, at least. That's what it looked like from the outside. But what nobody knew, not even the people standing next to her on set every single day, was that every night when the cameras turned off, Bethany was living a completely different life. She was deep inside a secret cult, and she had absolutely no idea. This is the question everyone wants answered, because nobody walks into a cult with their eyes wide open thinking, yeah, I want to be taken advantage of. It never works that way. It never starts that way. Bethany came to Los Angeles when she was very young. Far from home, far from family, trying to make it in one of the loneliest cities in the world, and looking for what most of us look for at that age, a place to belong. Someone invited her to a small Bible study at another young actor's home in Hollywood. Nothing strange about it. No robes, no weird rituals, just young people with faith, sitting together in a warm room on a Tuesday night. Oh, sound familiar? It sounded completely normal, and that's exactly what made it dangerous. Over time, that small circle grew. New faces kept showing up. The meetings got more frequent. A pastor appeared, someone Bethany calls Les in her memoir. He had an unusual kind of pull. He listened. He remembered details. He made people feel truly seen. And when you're young and far from home, that feeling is everything. Then the group started living together, out in the Pacific Northwest. Then, financial decisions started getting guided by the group. Then people outside the group started getting labeled as people who just don't understand. One step at a time, each one small enough to feel normal. Each one just a little further than the last. Until the day Bethany looked around, and she was already too deep to see the walls. For 9 years on One Tree Hill, Bethany earned the kind of money most Americans will never touch in a lifetime. But more than $2 million vanished, not all at once, not one big wire transfer that someone caught. Hundreds of small decisions, made by a person who genuinely believed she was doing the right thing. Members of the group were sent directly to the film set to support her. They sat in her meetings. They knew her filming schedule. They knew her income. They built relationships with people around her, and they reported everything back to the group's leadership. Bethany thought they were her people, her community, her family. But what hurt more than the money was this. Bethany was talked out of auditioning for the role of Belle in Broadway's Beauty and the Beast. A Broadway opportunity. The dream of any performer who has ever stepped on a stage. Gone, because the group told her that worldly ambitions were selfish. That chasing those dreams meant she was putting herself above the community. She believed them. $2 million gone. A Broadway career gone. Years of her life gone. Here's the part I want you to sit with for a moment. Because this is the most unsettling part of the whole story. It wasn't like nobody noticed. Bethany's co-workers on set, they saw something was off. They whispered to each other behind the scenes, not to gossip, but because they were genuinely worried about her. Actor Craig Sheffer, who played Keith Scott on the show, actually looked her in the eye one day and said, "Do you know you're in a cult?" And Bethany's response, "No, no, no. Cults are weird. People in cults wear robes and chant and drink Kool-Aid. We don't do any of that." Now be honest with yourself for just a second. If someone asked you that question, would your answer really be any different? We all carry a picture in our heads of what a person who gets manipulated looks like, and that person is never us. They're more naive, less intelligent, more impressionable. But here's the thing nobody talks about. The more intelligent you are, the better you are at building a case for why what you're doing makes sense. The more successful you are, the harder it is to admit that something in your life is deeply wrong. That's not a weakness. It's just how the human mind protects itself. But that's exactly why. The smartest people are usually the ones who stay the longest. Bethany didn't get out because someone finally convinced her. She didn't have some sudden wake-up moment where everything became clear. She got out because she had a child. When she looked into her daughter's eyes, one question came up that she couldn't rationalize away. Do I want my daughter growing up inside this world? The answer was no, and that was enough. But leaving wasn't a single night. She divorced her husband, the pastor's own son, in 2012. Then came the custody battle that dragged on for years. Then a long, slow decade of rebuilding everything from scratch. Learning to trust again. Learning to make her own decisions again. Learning to just be herself again. After years of being told who she should be. In 2024, she put it all on the page in a memoir called Dinner for Vampires. It went straight to the New York Times bestseller list. $2 million gone. 10 years of her life gone. But that story is now reaching millions of people, and for some of them, it might be arriving at exactly the right moment. I don't want to end this video with a list of things you should do. Instead, I just want to leave you with 3 questions. You don't have to answer them right now. Just let them sit in your head for a while. Question 1. In your life right now, is there any relationship, community, or group that's slowly pulling you away from the people who used to matter most to you? No robes required. Nothing has to look strange from the outside. Just this. You're seeing the people outside that circle less and less. And somehow, it always feels justified. Question 2. Who knows the details of your finances besides you? Who has access to your money? And when's the last time you actually asked yourself why? Question 3. When was the last time someone in your life asked, "Are you okay?" Like actually okay? And did you let yourself answer honestly? Bethany Joy Lenz lost $2 million, but what she needed most wasn't a financial advisor. It was someone asking the right question, at the right moment. Maybe this video is that question. For someone watching right now, Bethany called her memoir Dinner for Vampires. The meaning behind that title is simple, and it hits hard. She sat down at the table, thinking she was having dinner with family. She didn't realize she was the dinner. Don't let that happen to you. If this video hits something inside you, share it with someone you care about, because sometimes one story at the right moment can change an important decision for someone. See you in the next one. One more thing before you go. A lot of people, after hearing a story like this, think, I would have seen the signs. But the signs weren't hidden. They were right there, in plain sight. The isolation happened gradually. The financial control built slowly. The people who tried to warn her weren't strangers. They were her co-workers, people she saw every single day. The most dangerous traps in life don't announce themselves. They grow quietly, inside the things we love most: community, faith, belonging. That's what makes Bethany's story so important. Not as a cautionary tale about cults, but as a reminder that protecting yourself financially starts with protecting yourself emotionally first. When someone controls how you feel, everything else follows.